big cities, exciting places to be, but the cost of living, sky high. Rent keeps climbing, it eats a huge chunk of your paycheck. Finding a decent apartment, it feels like a contact sport. You're not alone. Millions are feeling the pinch. Is there another way? Imagine this, waking up to ocean views. No more noisy neighbors, delicious food, always available, and the best part, it might be cheaper than your rent. Sound too good to be true? It's not. People are ditching their apartments. They're setting sail for a new life on a cruise ship. Working remotely is the new normal. Why be tied to one place? Why not explore the world? Work from anywhere, even a cruise ship. Let's face it, finding an affordable place to live is tough. In cities like New York, London, or San Francisco, rent prices seem to skyrocket every year. That tiny studio apartment, it could cost you a small fortune. For many people, the rising cost of rent is simply unsustainable. They're stuck in a cycle of working just to pay their landlord, with little left over for savings, travel, or enjoying life. But what if there was a way to escape the rent race altogether? Enter the world of cruise ship living. The COVID-19 pandemic brought about a seismic shift in the way we work. Remote work went from a niche perk to the new normal for millions of people. Why be tied to a specific location when you can work from anywhere with a decent internet connection? This newfound freedom is a key factor in the rise of full-time cruise ship living. Digital nomads, remote workers, and entrepreneurs are realizing that they can combine their careers with their love of travel and adventure. Cruise ships are becoming increasingly attractive to this new generation of remote workers. They offer a unique combination of comfortable accommodations, reliable Wi-Fi, a must-have for digital nomads, and a constantly changing backdrop. Imagine attending a Zoom meeting with the sparkling blue waters of the Caribbean as your background. It certainly beats the same old home office. Retirement is often seen as a time to relax, travel, and enjoy the fruits of one's labor. But for many retirees, the rising cost of living can put a damper on those dreams. Fixed incomes and shrinking pensions make it difficult to maintain a comfortable lifestyle, especially in expensive cities. Cruise ship living offers a compelling alternative for retirees seeking an active, engaging, and potentially more affordable retirement. Imagine waking up every morning in a new port, exploring exotic destinations and enjoying world-class dining and entertainment, all without the hassle of packing and unpacking bags. For many retirees, living on a cruise ship is more than just a vacation. It's a chance to embrace a new chapter in their lives, filled with adventure, companionship, and the freedom to explore the world without breaking the bank. All right, let's get down to brass tacks. Is living on a cruise ship really cheaper than renting? The answer, like most things in life, is it depends. First up, the big one, room and board. In a major city like New York City, finding a decent one-bedroom apartment for less than $2,500 a month is like finding a unicorn riding a bicycle. Rare and probably magical. Now let's hop on board a cruise ship. Prices vary depending on the cruise line, cabin size and itinerary, but you can find comfortable inside cabins starting from $1,200 per month. For less than half the price of that shoebox apartment, you get a cozy cabin, ocean views, maybe not from your window but they're around, and access to all the ship's amenities. The key takeaway here is that when it comes to room and board, cruise ship living can be significantly cheaper than renting in a major city, especially if you're comfortable with a more modest cabin. One of the biggest draws of cruise ship life is the food. Modern cruise ships boast a staggering array of dining options, from casual cafes and poolside grills to elegant dining rooms and specialty restaurants. And the best part? It's all included in your cruise fare. Think about how much you spend on groceries each month. Then add in the cost of eating out, grabbing coffee on the go, and those late-night takeout cravings. It all adds up. On a cruise ship, all those expenses vanish. You can enjoy unlimited meals, snacks, and even room service without ever seeing another bill. It's like having a personal chef at your beck and call, ready to whip up anything your heart desires. Now, let's talk about the hidden costs of city living. Those pesky expenses that sneak up on you and drain your bank account. Think utilities like electricity, gas, water, and internet. Then there's transportation, such as subway fares, taxis, and car payments. And don't forget entertainment like movies, concerts, and sporting events. On a cruise ship, these expenses are virtually non-existent. Your cruise fare covers all the essentials. Your cabin is climate controlled, the water flows freely, the internet, while sometimes spotty, is available, and you can walk, dance, or swim your way around the ship. Plus, you have access to a plethora of entertainment options, all included in the price. When you factor in all these included perks, the cost comparison between cruise ship living and city living becomes even more compelling. Healthcare is another crucial factor to consider when comparing the costs of living on a cruise ship versus in a city. In a city, health insurance premiums, co-pays, and out-of-pocket expenses can quickly eat into your budget. On a cruise ship, basic medical care is typically included in your fare. This means that routine checkups, minor illnesses, and even some emergency treatments are covered without any additional cost to you. Most ships have fully equipped medical facilities staffed by qualified doctors and nurses, providing peace of mind in case of unexpected health issues. Despite these limitations, healthcare on a cruise ship can be surprisingly comprehensive and affordable, especially when compared to the high cost of healthcare in many major cities. Who are these people, these intrepid souls embracing life on the high seas? They're not just characters in a Jimmy Buffett song. They're real people from all walks of life who've traded their landlocked lives for a life less ordinary. Meet Mario Salcedo, affectionately known as Super Mario in the cruising community. This sprightly gentleman has called cruise ships home for over 2 decades. He's a fixture on Royal Caribbean, logging thousands of days at sea, dancing the night away, and becoming a legend in the process. Mario proves that age is just a number, and retirement can be an adventure. Then there's the new wave of digital nomads, like tech entrepreneur Johnny FD, who runs his online businesses from the deck of a cruise ship. He travels the world, working remotely, and enjoying all the perks of cruise ship life. Imagine attending a business meeting with the azure waters of the Mediterranean as your backdrop. The stories of these cruise ship dwellers are as varied as the itineraries they choose. Some, like Mario, are drawn to the social aspect, the camaraderie of fellow passengers, and the ever-changing cast of characters. They form deep friendships, even romances, on board, creating a sense of community that rivals any land-based neighborhood. Others, like Johnny FD, cherish the freedom and flexibility that cruise ship life affords. They can work from anywhere on the ship, set their own schedules, and take breaks to soak up the sun or explore a new port. It's a work-life balance that most landlubbers can only dream of. The trend of full-time cruise ship living is showing no signs of slowing down. In fact, it's evolving, with cruise lines adapting to meet the needs of this growing demographic. New ships are being designed with long-term residents in mind, offering larger cabins, more personalized services, and even on-board co-working spaces. Companies like Storylines and Life at Sea Cruises are taking it a step further, creating residential communities at sea. Their ships are essentially floating condominiums with luxurious apartments, world-class amenities, and itineraries that span the globe. Who knows, in the future, your address might just be Deck 10, Suite A, somewhere on the high seas. Section 1, Close Quarters and Cramped Styles. Let's address the elephant in the stateroom space, or rather, the lack thereof. Cruise ship cabins, even the swanky suites, are notoriously compact. Think cozy, not cavernous. If you're used to sprawling out in a spacious apartment, adjusting to life in a cabin might take some getting used to. You'll quickly learn the art of minimalist living. Every item needs a designated spot. Storage becomes your new best friend. And forget about hosting lavish dinner parties. Your dining table might double as your desk, your vanity and your emergency dance floor. But hey, there's a silver lining to this downsizing adventure. Less space means less stuff to clean, less clutter to organize, and less time spent tidying up. You'll be forced to prioritize experiences over possessions, which, let's face it, is what cruise ship life is all about. Plus, you're rarely ever your cabin. The open sea, vast, majestic, and occasionally a bit rough on the stomach. Seasickness is a real concern for some cruise ship dwellers, especially those prone to motion sickness. While modern ships are equipped with stabilizers to minimize rocking, those gentle sways can still send some stomachs churning. Luckily, there are ways to combat the dreaded mal de mer. Over-the-counter remedies, acupressure bands, and even special ginger candies can work wonders. And if all else fails, just head to the top deck, breathe in the fresh air, and focus on the horizon. Another potential downside, you're not always on land. While shore excursions offer a taste of local culture and a break from shipboard life, they're often short and sweet. You might only have a few hours to explore a new city, which can feel rushed and leave you wanting more. And then there's the whole following the itinerary thing. Cruise ships have predetermined routes and schedules, which means you're not entirely in control of your destiny. If you're someone who craves spontaneity and the freedom to wander wherever the wind takes you, this lack of control might feel a bit stifling. Let's talk about the internet, that digital lifeline connecting us to the outside world. Wi-Fi on cruise ships has improved, but it's still not on par with land-based speeds. Expect occasional lag, dropped connections and buffering, especially during peak hours. For casual users, this might not be a deal-breaker, but for remote workers, it can be frustrating. Imagine trying to close a business deal or stream Netflix with a choppy connection. Then there's the issue of feeling disconnected. You're far from your usual support network. While cruise ships offer community, it's not the same as having loved ones a phone call away. Loneliness and isolation can be real challenges. And let's not forget the potential for disruptions. Weather, mechanical issues, and pandemics can disrupt plans. Cruise ship life requires flexibility and adaptability. You have to be comfortable with the unexpected and willing to go with the flow. Remember those cramped cabins and spotty internet connections we talked about? The cruise industry is undergoing a major transformation. Ships of tomorrow are built for luxurious and connected living at sea. Think spacious staterooms with king-size beds and private balconies. Sip your morning coffee while gazing at the horizon. Some ships offer multi-bedroom apartments, perfect for families or those who crave extra space. Interior design is getting a major upgrade too. Stylish and functional living spaces, plush furnishings, high-end appliances, sophisticated color palettes create tranquility. Dedicated co-working spaces with high-speed internet, all the latest tech gadgets, conveniently located steps away from your cabin. Take a break to soak up some sun on the deck. Grab a bite at a world-class restaurant, all without ever leaving the ship. Plugged in at sea Wi-Fi catches a wave. Remember those days of frustratingly slow internet speeds at sea? Gone with the wind. Cruise lines are investing heavily in upgrading their internet infrastructure. High-bandwidth satellite internet now handles demanding online tasks. Video calls, crystal clear, streaming services, buffer-free bliss. The world is your oyster-shaped Wi-Fi hotspot. Stay connected from anywhere in the world. The digital divide between life at sea and life on land is shrinking. Work hard, play hard, the rise of the remote worker cruise. The rise of remote work has spawned a new breed of traveler, the digital nomad. Cruise lines are rolling out the red carpet to welcome them aboard. Enter the remote worker cruise, a match made in nautical heaven. Imagine a cruise itinerary designed for the work-from-anywhere generation. Picture yourself working while docked in Barcelona, exploring the Sagrada Familia, then hopping back online for an afternoon meeting. Enjoy a delicious dinner as the sun sets over the Mediterranean. It's the ultimate blend of productivity and adventure. And it's not just about solo travelers. Cruise lines are catering to remote working families as well. with dedicated programs and activities for children, onboard schools and even childcare services, allowing parents to focus on work while their little ones are entertained and engaged. The remote worker cruise is a testament to the evolving nature of work and travel, and it's just one example of how the cruise industry is adapting to meet the needs of this growing demographic. So pack your laptop, grab your passport and get ready to set sail for a life of work-life integration like no other. Weighing anchor. Is cruise ship life right for you? Is living on a cruise ship the right choice for you? It depends on your taste, lifestyle, and what you're looking for. If you love socializing, exploring new cultures, and can handle close quarters, it might be perfect. Imagine waking up in a new port, enjoying buffets and dancing with new friends. But it's not all sunshine and sunsets. Adaptability and tolerance for crowds are essential. If you value privacy and stability, it might not be for you. Financially, it's affordable but requires a steady income and savings. Consider the costs of shore excursions, dining, and souvenirs. Charting your course, the allure of the open sea. Ultimately, the decision of whether to trade your landlocked life for a life at sea is a deeply personal one. There's no right or wrong answer, no one-size-fits-all solution. It's about weighing the pros and cons, assessing your priorities, and determining if the allure of the open sea outweighs the comforts and familiarity of life on land. But one thing's for sure, the traditional notion of home is evolving. The rise of remote work, the desire for adventure, and the increasing affordability of cruise ship living have opened up a world of possibilities for those seeking a life less ordinary. Who knows, maybe the future of living isn't a house with a white picket fence, but a floating condo with a panoramic ocean view. So, if you're feeling adventurous, if the thought of waking up to a new sunrise every morning sets your soul on fire, if the idea of trading traffic jams for turquoise waters fills you with excitement, then maybe, just maybe, life on a cruise ship is calling your name. Now it's time to chart your own course. Do your research, talk to people who've taken the plunge, and most importantly, listen to your heart. The open sea is waiting, and who knows what adventures await you on the horizon.